What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I came across this article and it's kind of similar to a story I did, but this one is more detailed. Apparently this female, 19 or 20-year-old Ingrid Villanueva, right? Apparently she's dating a guy that, according to authorities, she's been dating for several years. You know, he has his own place and his own situation going on, so I'd be interested to know how old he is. But apparently she asked him for money and he refused to do it. He refused to give her any money, and that made her mad. So she got on the phone and called some people over, and her boyfriend let those people in, and they drew weapons on him and told him to sit down while they went and grabbed a bunch of his valuables. And she then demanded that he cash app her $200. Now, why did she need that money so badly? I don't know. But to me, this is where we're headed in our society, man. This is a perfect example of Gen Z, just the Gen Z generation. Just the type of women that we have in society, or young girls. They have this mentality. I did a story of a girl that was around her age who set up her boyfriend, who ended up losing his life. Okay? I don't know what's in the water. Maybe it's how they were raised. But this is becoming too common, of women robbing their boyfriends, men that they're in relationships with. And according to authorities, they've been together for several years. And you get upset because he won't give you any money. So you go and call up the goons. She went and called the goons to come and give him some straightening, okay? To get him together. Why would that be your first thought to do? Obviously, you don't have money, which means you don't have a job. Maybe you do, I don't know. But why would you be asking him for money? Is he your sugar daddy? Are you used to him giving you money and buying you gifts, and the first time he tells you no, you don't like it? I guess you can't say no to women. See, we as men, we understand that women are going to say no and you have to accept it. But most of these women nowadays will not accept you saying no to them. So her solution, instead of leaving and getting a job, is to call up the goons, at least 4 of them, to North Chicago. Now, I didn't know it got down like this in North Chicago. Now, any of you people who are listening to me from Chicago, maybe I always thought it was the west side and the south side of Chicago that was really a problem. I didn't know the north side of Chicago was really crazy too. Let's get into this article from, where is it from? It's from Lake and McKinney County Scanner. It says prosecutors say a woman set her boyfriend up by letting 4 men, all armed with weapons and wearing ski masks, into his North Chicago home where he was robbed of his belongings. Lake County Assistant State's Attorney Lillian Lewis said that the incident occurred in North Chicago last Saturday. The victim told police that he had been in a dating relationship for several years with Ingrid Villanueva, who's 20, of North Chicago. Now, Villanueva spent time at the victim's residence on the day of the incident and began asking the man for money. Villanueva started calling and texting unknown people, the victim told police. 4 men showed up at the victim's home and Villanueva let them inside. So she let them inside. He didn't let them inside. She opened the door and allowed them in there. 4 men showed up to the victim's home and Villanueva went inside. The men were armed with weapons and wearing ski masks. Lewis said that one of the suspects pointed a weapon at the victim and told him to sit down and not to move or he would be ended. The suspects began taking items from the house while the victim was held with gunpoint. The suspects stole a backpack, Apple AirPods, 2 PlayStation gaming consoles, and other items. During the robbery, Villanueva made the victim send her $200 through Cash App. Lewis said the suspects of Villanueva fled in a blue Honda Accord, which was determined to be registered to Villanueva. You talk about presenting evidence against yourself. Officers investigated and went to an apartment building in Waukegan. They were given consent to search the apartment and found the victim's backpack and one of the stolen gaming consoles. Villanueva and a second person, Javante Wade, 19, were arrested after showing up at the apartment. Villanueva admitted to investigators that she knew the 4 men involved in the robbery, one of which was Wade. Lewis said she says she went to the victim's residence with 4 men and hung out with her boyfriend for a while before letting the men inside the home. Lewis said Wade admitted that he was in the house and stole one of the gaming consoles. Villanueva and Wade were both held in Lake County Jail on $500,000 bond. It was not immediately known whether the other 3 suspects involved had been identified or charged. They're probably not going to say anything because they think they're going to get out of this. So they're probably not going to say anything because they're like, well, we'll sit in jail and we'll eventually get out, and the others won't get in charge. Like, I've seen it to where you have crimes where you have the person who set it up, and then you have the guy who was the most active in the crime. He had accomplices that helped him, but those other accomplices was never found or haven't been found, right? You got a young I told y'all, man, you have to avoid taking seriously any of these Gen Z females who are 20, 21, 22 years old. They're not dateable. Especially if they come from a single parent household, broken home, no father figure. They're going to be very wayward. The first thing that she does when she's upset is to go and get the goons to take stuff from him. Like, why? If this guy isn't fulfilling enough for you, you could just walk away. You don't have to stay with him. This is becoming way too common. This generation of women, especially millennials, Gen Z, are people who really are just a lost cause. They're a lost cause. Why would you even be with somebody? Because y'all gotta understand, when a woman does something like this, that lets you know she cares nothing about the guy that she's dating. This female was basically using this guy to get what she wanted, and when he told her no, she thought that violence, even though people say, well, they didn't do anything physical to him. Well, they showed up at his house. The guy has mental scars. They showed up at his house with weapons and ski masks. They took all his belongings, forced him to send her money. You don't get over things like that. Why is these females so violent? 20 years old. Why is she so violent? Why does it take this to get money? You can get a job. You're in Chicago. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of places hiring. Get a job. Go out there and work for what you want. Instead of being at this dude's house, asking him for money that he probably don't even have. It lets you know this guy must be, in her mind, he's making money. But for her to do something like this lets you know she didn't care anything about this dude. She didn't care about him. She just cared about what she could get in that moment. Instead of her going out there and getting her a job and doing for herself, she decided that it would be easier to go and take from a guy that she claims that she wants to be with. Why would you be in a relationship with a guy you don't respect? She clearly doesn't respect this dude. And that's why it was easy for her to do this. And now I ain't gonna say that she dragged. Well, she did drag. She dragged this dude, Javante, into this and 3 others. And trust me, the police are gonna find out who they are. So there's gonna be a lot of people. Now they're on $500,000 bond. I don't know if they're gonna make that. Because what can happen is the police can look into other things that these people have done, because this ain't the first time. If it was this easy for her to get on the phone and call to rob her own boyfriend, do you not think she would help facilitate to robbing somebody else? That's not what human beings should be doing. you shouldn't be robbing anybody. But the fact that she robbed a guy that she claimed that she wanted to be in a relationship with, that she's in a relationship with, according to the reports, for several years, and you still decide that you want to get people to help you rob him because he wouldn't give you money. He told you no, and nobody tells you no, right? So you decide the best course of action was to go and get your goons to go and take it from him or force him to give you the money. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see y'all in the next one.